And now that $1,000,000 question. What is the duration of my work permit? So I got my work permit and something really interesting happened. I will tell you all about it. I'll reveal my personal timeline. How many months did it take for the work permit to come after the date of application, and what is the duration of my work permit, because mind you, my degree was not a 2 years degree but a 1 year Master of Management degree from Schulich. So I will reveal it all. Welcome to Bani Abroad. If you are new to this channel, then I make content on studying and settling abroad, which will give you an edge. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button right now. Let's talk about my personal timeline. So I applied on October 22. So I'll just tell you what is the time limit within which you have to apply. So what you have to do is that you have to ask your university for your completion letter, and whatever the date on the completion letter is that you completed your course on this date. So within 90 days of that time frame, you have to file for your work permit. Of course, maybe you decide that you will file for your work permit 2 months later, but during those 2 months you can't work. And it's not that you just can't work full time, but you can't work part time as well. So for 2-year degree people, it's easy, right? They know that they have the 3-year PGWP, so they'll just apply right away. But for people with 1-year degree, here's why they wait. So my completion letter from the university had this date September 7, but I did not file for my work permit right away, just because for this reason that I'm going to tell you, which everyone keeps in mind. So just to increase the duration of your effective work, you would get the work permit, but then you would also get that buffer time to find the job. So although you can't work, but you have to find a job if you haven't already landed one. So that's why people delay filing for their work permit till the very last date if they haven't received the job, so that their PGWP duration is not wasted in hunting for a job. Rather, it should be utilized for gaining that work experience. So now that the reason that why people apply for a work permit later, the 1-year degree people. So now that this is out of the way, so let's resume with the timeline. So I filed for my application on October 22, and then I got an email. So what happens is that first you'll receive an email that similar to your study permit, that some changes have been made to your application, and then you have to log into your IRCC account, and then you'll see your application has been approved. So that email I got on December 24th. So see, just 2 months, and it was COVID, and everyone had this assumption that the work permit would take at least 4 months, but no, it just came right after 2 months. And I am grateful that I had a job by then, so I was not in a frenzy that I wish I had more time. But yes, this is really random, anything can happen. So I got the confirmation on December 24th, but the document that I received, this came a few days or a week later. So you don't have to care about the document, but you do have to care about the document if you have to get your OHIP. So I did not have any health insurance. This is so scary to say when you are in Canada, because you can even go bankrupt, God forbid something happens. So I called Service Ontario after I filed for my work permit, because it's COVID, so you have to book an appointment and all of that. So I called them and I talked to the customer representative, and the lady told me that I can't file for OHIP. So I know that there is a 3-month duration, that you should have completed your job for 3 months, then you would be eligible, but that has been waived off because of COVID. So I thought that I should get my health insurance right away. So she told me that even though I'm technically eligible to apply for OHIP, but I can't until I get this, that is the work permit paper document, and I have to take this along to the Service Ontario Center. So she told me that you can't file for OHIP unless you have your work permit in hand. But she told me that when you would apply for OHIP, then any expenses that you incurred during the period from which you were technically eligible, those would be covered under OHIP, and those would be reimbursed later. So I was like, okay, now I have to wait. And I told her that my work permit is not going to come until Jan or Feb, because I thought that it's going to take time. And she said, we can't do anything, we just can reimburse that later. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Whenever my work permit will come, then I'll file for OHIP. So I just wanted to let you know this as well, because you won't be eligible for OHIP. So what you can do instead is that you can extend your school's UHIP, the university UHIP that you already were paying for. You can extend that even after you have graduated. So you can talk to your university about that and they'll guide you. So that is out of the way now. So most probably I'll go on Saturday to file for my OHIP. I'll confirm if the appointment is available because I'm working Monday to Friday, although it's work from home. And once I get it, I will make a detailed video on that as well, how to get your... Oh sorry, I didn't tell you what OHIP actually is. So OHIP is the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, which is provided by the government. So you are eligible when you are on your work permit. When you are on your study permit, then you have the UHIP, which you have to pay to the university and they'll arrange it for you. So that's about it. And now that $1 million question, what is the duration of my work permit? So good news, it's not 1 year, although my degree was of 1 year, as you know, but my work permit is more than that. And I was relieved to see that, because if it was 1 year, then it would have been neck to neck and I would have to be on my toes to file for my PR as soon as I complete my 1 year Canadian experience. So that's a blessing. And my friend and I applied on the same date. We got the same duration. So it's 1.5 years. I started working before my work permit came, so I have that buffer time as well. So it's good. And to tell you, I know of people who have gotten it for 2 years. I know of people who have gotten it for 2.5 years. And also a few people have gotten it for 3 years. And on the flip side, people who have gotten it just for that 1 year. So it can be random. You can't control it. So just pray that it's more than 1 year, because that would give you buffer time. But this actually happens. And you might be thinking that this is because of COVID, but no. Earlier also, I've heard of cases where people after their 1 year degree got a 3 year work permit. So you can hope and pray that you fall into that 3 year category so that you have a lot of buffer time. I hope that you get it for 3 years. So I just wanted to tell you that the process is really random, but then again, of course, you have to keep in mind that you can be the person who get it just for 1 year. So for that, if you would be eligible for PR or not, you can watch this video. So I've talked in length about the PR process for people who pursue 1 year master's degree. So this was my story. I hope that you gained a lot of value from this video, and I hope that you get that 3 year PGWP despite having that 1 year master's degree. My wishes are with you. And if you like this video, then I'm pretty sure that this and this video would also prove to be extremely useful. And now, if you did like the video, then hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget the bell icon. Until my next video, take care and stay happy. Bye.